This is sushi, and this is candy sushi, and this is only one of the many creations I'll be creating. Today, I'll be attempting to recreate popular foods into candy. Throughout the video, I'll be ranking them based off taste, looks, and price. At the end of the video, only one dish will be crowned king. Make sure to watch to the end because some of these results may shock you. Okay, so first up, we're gonna be turning candy into sushi. And the three items that we're gonna need are fruit roll-ups, which I think I got the wrong ones, Rice Krispies, and candy fish. But these candy fish were actually $5. And yes, guys, I have videos that I'm gonna be watching to help me because I don't know what I'm doing. So let's get started. It looks like step one, you cut one of these in half.
Why are you using scissors?
Okay, so we gotta be very careful with knives because knives are very sharp and you need to be careful with sharp tools. Perfect 50-50 cut. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna put a fish on each of these. Okay, first piece. Oh, look at that. Okay, so the next ones were the actual rolls themselves. So you cut it like this time. Gotta be careful here. What a cut. What a cut. And then you cut little strings. Then you put it inside just like that. And then you're supposed to wrap it like this. Well, why do these stick to your hands? Can we talk about that? Like, why is that happening? It's not even sticky. Bang. Like that actually looks really good. Knives are very sharp. Guys, be careful with knives. This is the part of the video where I don't even talk and it's like just like lo-fi beats in the background. Like I'm actually really impressed with myself because usually whatever I make never turns out good. But we have our candy sushi. Each of the rankings are gonna be out of 5. So first for looks, I gotta give it to it. It looks amazing. I gotta give this a 5 for looks. Like this, the presentation wise, like now we're ranking the taste. So I'm gonna start with one of these rolls here. It's a little chewy. But this isn't that bad.
Nah. No.
Wow. Okay, so we got a nah.
But I still want the rest of it.
Oh! I can't just give it a 5 because we have so many other items to do. Oh, I'm gonna give it a 3 for taste. I'm gonna give it a 3 because it didn't taste bad. Now on to price. So we're gonna start off with the box of Rice Krispies. We got this at Dollarama. I think it was $2.50. These, on the other hand, these little gummies, this was $5 for like 7 pieces of fish. Then we have the box of fruit roll-ups. This was, I think, another $2. So that's $9.50 already. Here's the thing, I know each individual like pieces of fish or individual Rice Krispie, that'd be like probably in the cents. But in order to do this, you gotta buy it in bulk, right? Like this is 6 bars, that's the least I can get. You don't really need the Twizzlers to make these. You could fill these ones with fish too. So I'm not gonna count that. Based on the fact that this was $10 basically, and you can get a whole bunch of these done for like parties or whatever, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 for the price. So the sushi got a 12 out of 15. On to the next item. Okay, for our next item, we are going to be recreating hot dogs. And for this, we are going to need these 4 items. We're going to need Twinkies, a Mars bar, sesame seeds, and maple syrup. Let's get creating. Okay, so this one looks pretty simple. You just cover your Twinkie in maple syrup, put a bit of the sesame seeds on, cut it in half, and then put your Mars bar inside. I think that's pretty much it. I just don't have anything for the condiments. That's the only thing. Okay, so we're gonna open up the Twinkies right now. Oh, it's taking off the stuff. Now you grab your sesame seeds and you just sprinkle them on top. Who would have thought? So we'll cut it in half. And that's not fitting in there. Okay, because this is way too big, we're gonna cut it in half. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yo, this is why I got 2 Mars bars in case I screw up the first one. Because I think it's the syrup that's making it like, you know, fall apart like that. But it's also the syrup that's holding the sesame seeds together. So I gotta figure that one out. We're just gonna put the sesame seeds on. I think it's already sticky enough. And we'll just cut it in half. In the video, they used some sort of like buttercream or icing or whatever that was for the condiments. But you know what? We have Twizzlers once again. We're improvising. And I think that would make pretty good mustard and ketchup. Oh wait. That looks really good. And I feel like the Twizzlers gives it that, like, you know, the little squiggly effect, like you just put it on. The Twizzlers do look good on it as condiments, but I don't know if that's gonna ruin the taste. I guess we're gonna find out because now we're gonna be ranking the hot dogs. Okay, first things first, we got the looks. Now, you know, the ketchup and the mustard was a little off, but without it, it actually kind of does look like a hot dog. I would actually honestly think it's a hot dog. It looks pretty good. This one, on the other hand, doesn't, but that doesn't count. This literally does not count. You know what, guys? I'm gonna have to give this one a 5 for the looks. The bun looks like an actual hot dog bun. Now let's see what it tastes like. Tastes like more sugar, that's what it tastes like. I'm sorry, but for this one, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 for taste. I love Mars bars, but together it's just like, I don't see the need for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like too much.
All right, last off we have price. So first off, the Twinkies were around $4. Our Mars bar was $1, so that's $5 already. Then we have our sesame seeds, which were like $3. But here's where it's gonna run you. If you wanna put maple syrup on this bad boy, it's gonna cost anywhere from like 5 to 7 to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 to... I'm just gonna say for the amount we used, and to be fair, we're gonna give this like $5 for the maple syrup. $12 for that, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry at all. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5 for price. So our hot dog is gonna get a 9 out of 15, which leaves our sushi in first place. Let's go see what else we can make. Now we're gonna be making spaghetti. I'm not very excited for this one because there's only 2 ingredients actually, which is Twizzlers and jam. Now tell me, how does that sound good? So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna grab your Twizzlers, preferably yellow. So first up, you have your yellow. These are your noodles. We're gonna be cutting them in half to create little noodles. There we go. So we have our noodles. Okay, so what does every spaghetti need? So I came up with this by myself. If I cut the red licorice into little chunks like this, then you squish it into a ball, you have meatballs. Okay guys, so we have created our meatballs. But before we put our meatballs inside, we gotta get our sauce, which we're using strawberry jam. And there we have it. We have our spaghetti. So, you know, looking at this, the jam in it doesn't really look like spaghetti sauce. You know, I see the vision. Okay, the vision is there. So we're not gonna give it a 1, but I'll give it a 2 because the vision is there. Now for the fun part, we got taste. So let's just take a nice big bite of our spaghetti. What's the best before date on this? 2025. So we gotta give taste a 1 on that. Maybe 0.5. Like, what are we doing with year-old jam and Twizzlers? Like, now for the price. Now this is where it gets a little funny. I picked these bad boys up because these were the only ones I could find with yellow for $7. Now I don't know how much this specifically was because I just kind of found it in my fridge. But if you're gonna get like a cheap brand of jam, that's around like $4. So we're looking at $11 for this. That's horrible. Like, that's a 1 right there. The candy spaghetti is going to be getting a 4 out of 15. But fear not, because this next item is a childhood favorite, which is candy corn. And what are we making with candy corn, you may ask? Well, it's in the name. We're gonna be making corn on the cob. So basically in the video, they just stack a whole bunch of pieces of candy corn on top of each other, and essentially it's supposed to make a corn on the cob. So let's get this corn on the cob started. We have our first layer done. Okay guys, so we have ran into a problem. The more I put on top is the more slanted it becomes. You can see that they're all like kind of trying to dive inside. So whenever I put one on top, here's what happens. It just slides into the middle. Now, I don't want to give up just yet. Okay, so Brooke had an actually amazing idea. What if I dip each candy corn into maple syrup so that maybe it'll stick together a little bit better? So far, it's working. You can imagine if this kept going higher, it would look exactly like a piece of corn. And that's pretty much all there is to it, guys. So let's get into the ranking. You know what? For this one, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 because it did flop, but not entirely. Like, it still looks like corn. Now, for the taste test, it's basically just, all it is candy corn. So how do I rate candy corn on a scale of 1 to 5? No, not 5. I'd give it a 3. I'd give it a 3. A solid 3. And for the final part, we have the price. You're gonna find it cheaper if it's around Halloween or fall. But if you're just trying to find candy corn like this, I had to pay $20. $20 for this bag of candy corn that I'm probably not gonna eat. Which, not gonna lie, kind of hurts the bank account a little bit. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna give that a 1 out of 5 for price, which gives our candy corn a total of 5 out of 15. But surprisingly enough, it wasn't worse than the spaghetti. So this is gonna be ranked 3rd so far. Now this is every kid's favorite food turned into candy. So I'm expecting this one to be the best out of them all. We have pizza. You're gonna need an egg. You're gonna need marshmallows, pie crust. You can make your own, but I got mine pre-made. Then we got Nutella, and then a fruit of your choice. So it looks like he puts the marshmallows around and kind of creates like a stuffed crust. Then he puts it in the oven, puts the hazelnut spread, and then chops up all the stuff and puts it on top. First off, we're gonna be having to bake this. So we're gonna preheat the oven 400 F. So let's go do that. While that's preheating, we're gonna go follow the next steps. If I try and fold over the ends, the pie, it's just gonna break. Luckily for us, the pie crust came with 2. But I think it's the best bet is just to cover the top with excess from this. Now we're gonna be spreading our yolk all over the pizza. So kind of just dabble it. Now I'm gonna throw this bad boy in the oven, and I'll see you guys in a second. While we're waiting for the pie crust to bake, might as well cut up some of our pizza toppings. Oh, take a look at that. I think the marshmallows just decided to go wherever they wanted. Now we grab the hazelnut spread, and we're gonna spread that all over. Doesn't look as good as it did on the video, but you know what? We're not done yet. We're gonna add our pepperonis, guys. Okay, first of all, based off looks, I'm sorry, but I gotta give this a 1 for looks. Like, I wouldn't even be able to tell it's a pizza. I'll give it, it's much better than the spaghetti. I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. All right, so now let's go on to the price. For the hazelnut spread, it's $2.75 at Dollarama. But with the hazelnut base and the strawberries, you're looking at like a total of maybe $10. Then if we go on to the crust, I think I paid $6 for the crust. Now, if I had to pay $16 for this. I don't know if I would do such a thing. So for the price, I'm gonna have to give this a 2 out of 5, unfortunately. So with a score of 5 out of 15, our pizza is going to be tied with our corn, leaving the sushi in first place and the spaghetti still in last. This next one is the most simplest and cost-efficient one yet, because it only has one ingredient, which is Skittles. With these Skittles, we are gonna be making Skittle burgers. So in the video, it looks like they use 2 orange Skittles for the buns, a yellow one for the mustard, and the darkest one for the patty, and then obviously the green one for the lettuce. So we're just gonna make a whole bunch of burgers and see how they turn out. How long do you think it would take me to sort all the Skittles?
Like 2 minutes.
I think I could do it in 1. You know what, I'm gonna time myself and see how long it would take to sort all these Skittles. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, I got all the orange ones pretty much. The red ones. Now we need the yellow ones. No. Bang, time. 41 seconds, guys. Now the fun part, we gotta squish them. There, we got 2 buns. Ouch. So here's our patty. Then on top of the patty, you're gonna put tomato. I put tomato before I put lettuce. Then you put your lettuce. And then we're gonna add our condiments. I guess this is mustard. And then we have our top bun. And then apparently this looks like a burger. Oh! It actually does look like a burger. I'm gonna make like 4 of these. Guys, you can see the blood of all the dead Skittles just like scattered everywhere. Okay, so we have completed our Skittles burgers. I only made 3 because my thumbs are in agonizing pain. Okay, so now it's time to rate the burgers. Based off looks alone, I can tell right away that these are burgers. Like, you can see the lettuce, you can see the cheese. For looks, you know what? We're gonna give it a 5 out of 5. It looks amazing, but only when you look at it from a distance. If you zoom up on it, you can tell where it's just squished Skittles, you know? So we're gonna give this a 4 out of 5 for looks. Next up is taste. Because there's nothing special with this, we're just gonna give it a 2 out of 5. Now for the price, I spent exactly $2.50 on this bag. And honestly, I could see this being done at a party or if kids just want to play with their Skittles. So you know what? We're giving it a 5 out of 5 for the price. So our Skittle burger got a 12 out of 15, which brings it into second place. But there's still one more item that we have to create. So let's get to it. And last but not least, we are going to be making ice cream tacos. The 3 items you're going to need for this is a giant waffle cone, ice cream of your choice, and chocolate of your choice. So it looks like in the video, they first soften the shells so that you can harden them into a taco shell. Then they add the ice cream inside, and then they put melted chocolate on top of it and let it harden. Okay, so the first step we gotta do is somehow make this look like a taco shell. I'm kind of speechless. I did not think that was gonna work. We didn't have the thing in the video, but I got creative and we made our taco shells using a toilet paper roll. For the next step, we're gonna be melting this Aero bar so that after we put the ice cream inside the tacos, we can dip it in and it should harden just like that. Guys, watch this magic trick. I'm gonna put this Aero bar into this bowl and 3, 2, 1. Oh, it melted. Now for the fun part, we're gonna put the ice cream inside the taco shells. Get a nice scoop of ice cream. All right, this should be good. Now for the fun part, we're gonna dip it in the chocolate. And there we have it. We have our tacos. All right, guys, so we have finished our tacos, and honestly, it didn't take that long. Okay, so first off, based off the looks itself, it does look like a taco, you can tell, but it's not as accurate as some of these other items have been. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 for the looks. It does look pretty good though, so I'm setting a high bar for the taste. Let's go for it.
Really, just ice cream on a cone.
Even though this is just ice cream with chocolate on it, it still is the best thing that I've eaten today. So we're gonna give this a 5 out of 5 for taste. Last but not least is the cost. The cones costed around $4, the ice cream was $5, and the chocolate bar itself was $1. So for $10, you can get 12 of these. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 for the price. So this taco right here gets a score of 13 out of 15, which ties it for first place with the sushi. All right guys, so we finished everything. Here are the final results. We have the corn, the spaghetti, we have everything here. And I'm pretty sure in first place we have the sushi and the taco tied. But yeah guys, comment down which one you think should have actually won. The more I look at this, it's starting to look like a piece of crap. Anyways guys, it's been your boy MallyXKai. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, make sure to give a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace!
Yeah, it's MallyXKai with another video. Definitely subscribe so you can help my channel grow.